Talking football area variety. Jim Rupert, Dave Kane on week 1 of the high school football season. The big one, Dave, starting right out of the bat. Auburn. It used to be Auburn versus Girard, Auburn versus Verdon. Now it's Auburn against North Mac, and they play in Verdon this week. Tell us about the game.
Yeah, Friday night. It's a season opener. Technically, it's a non-conference game. Sangamo against Prairie State. Next year, North Mac comes into the Sangamo, so they'll play each other every year, hopefully, for the near future. It's an interesting matchup. Auburn, I think they'll have a little bit of a new look this year. They're still going to put the ball in the air a lot, but Michael Bates has finally graduated as record-setting quarterback. Colby Butler is stepping into that spot. He's a senior for Auburn, very capable thrower, but
with some capable receivers.
They did lose some of those receivers from last year. Dave Bates, the coach, has said that they will probably, compared to recent years, maybe put it on the ground a little bit more. They have Jake Cumming in the backfield, and they also have junior Austin Minch, who's just a very versatile, multi-threat kind of a guy. He can catch passes out of the backfield. They can just hand it off to him. He's exceptionally fast. So I think Dave Bates has said, I think we'll still be able to score points. I don't know if I want to score quite as fast as we have the last couple years. And not that that's not a knock on their defense, but I think he just maybe wants to be maybe a little more of a ball control team compared to recent years. North Mac, obviously this is only the second year really of their existence. J.D. Lorton in his second year as the coach. He did a good job last year. He got them to the playoffs. A number of skill kids graduated from last year. But I think they do have some returnees. Johnny Williamson is kind of a good two-way fullback, linebacker type kid. I think it's going to be for North Mac just kind of a measuring stick of how far they've come in a year. How much are the kids now used to this new system? J.D. Lorton's like a triple option attack kind of a guy, which is a lot about timing and that kind of thing. They have a new quarterback, a kid named Cash Hubble.
Great name for a quarterback.
Absolutely, yeah. And
great.
So, yeah, but I think it's just a question of maybe we'll see how far North Mac has come in a year as far as just getting used to the new coach's system, that type of thing. But it's just a really good season opener, a good sort of a new rivalry between old schools, I guess you could say.
Auburn ranked in the top 10 in Class 3A.
Yeah, I think they're eighth. And I believe North Mac got maybe one, I guess, an honorable mention vote. I think it was listed as Verdon.
Yours.
No, not mine. Okay. But it was listed as Verdon, but I think it was North Mac. So they're both getting a little bit of attention.
A couple other games to talk about just briefly. Niantic Sangamon Valley at Pawnee. Sangamon Valley's got a guy named Rentschler that I think is tremendous. Great running back. Right. Pawnee been to the playoffs. Kit Thines really got that going 3 years in a row. Been to the playoffs.
Yeah. Sangamon Valley. Adam Rentschler. He's finally a senior. He's got like 3,800 career yards. He's got a very good chance to pass the school record, which I think 42 or 4,300. So barring injury, and that's always the big phrase for Sangamon Valley because they have good starting 11, but injuries really hurt them last year. They're hoping if they stay healthy, they have Rentschler, they have Adam Craig, who's a senior quarterback this year. He was a quarterback some last year. He ended up on the offensive line. That's
great
how much.
Athlete. A great track guy.
Yeah, but that's how much his the injuries hurt them, and the Leonard kid, who's also a receiver and another good good track guy too. Pawnee, as you said, Pawnee in recent years, when Kit Thine came there, I think he went to more of just a ball control offense. It's not flashy, it's not real exciting, but it works for them, and we'll probably see more of the same from the Indians.
Going from one Lee brother to the other, Riverton and Gillespie.
Right. It's at Riverton. Don Borgini, Gillespie brings his team up there. Riverton is coming off a 1-8, but they have a lot of seniors back from last year, including
and some juniors who got to play under fire last year.
Right, including Will Schneider, the quarterback. He kind of learned in a hurry last year, but they also have Jacob Morrison, who's just a very solid both running back and linebacker. Josh Lee is excited about his potential this year too. Gillespie, they've been kind of up and down. Borgini, this is his third or fourth year down there. He does have a lot of kids back, although he has a new quarterback. They're still primarily a wing tee, Borgini, Don DeBrino type of a team.
1960s football.
Yeah, pretty much. But they're going back to the South Central next year. But Borgini said, "Yeah, we're looking forward to that." But he said, "Hey, we need to prove we can still beat some teams in the Prairie State, which they're in. So before we worry about that, we'll worry about this season.
Last game we need to talk about is in the South Central Conference. East Alton Alton Marquette and Carlinville. And Carlinville's got those tremendous stable of backs.
Right, yeah, they have Brendan Stewart and Corey Fernetti. They're both only juniors this year. They went over 1,000 yards apiece last year. They have a new quarterback this year. They have some holes to replace on the line, but they open at Alton Marquette. Carlinville beat Marquette twice last year, including a shutout in the playoffs. Marquette has a number of kids back, too, including a kid named Starrett, who's a very good running back. It's at Marquette. These two schools have a little bit of a history. Marquette is leading the South Central Conference after this year, so it's going to be a tough road opener for Carlinville, who also has Greenville in a couple of weeks, but they have to worry about Marquette first.
Very good Greenville team. Hey, that's Talking Football Area Variety for Week 1 on www.sj-r.com. Join us next week.